Hi, I'm going to make a simple little tree clay ornament. I'm using earthenware clay. I have a little hunk of clay right here, and I'm going to roll it out with my little handy rolling pin. You can cut out a paper pattern if you want for the triangle of the tree shape. I'll show you the triangle right there. Or you can just freehand cut with a needle tool the triangle shape. And then the scraps that I have, I'm going to use to make the little beads that you see right here. Whenever I roll out coils with my clay, I spritz the canvas with a water bottle and then roll out a coil. That keeps the coil from drying out. And whenever I make beads that are all similar in size, I make a coil first, pinch off the end, and roll it. Because that keeps all the beads very similar in size, and it makes it go a lot faster. So I'm just going to make a whole bunch of them here. There we go. I've got plenty because I made some ahead of time. And then the norm is to always scratch and wet. But if you do this kind of quickly and your little beads are pretty wet, you can get away with only scratching and wetting the triangle and then line up the beads on here, just kind of filling in that triangle shape. I don't line them up perfectly in very straight rows. I mean, they're kind of straight, but not 100% perfect, because then that looks too structured and not organic enough for my taste. So I'm just going to fill this in, and it's okay if there's tiny gaps, because we're going to flatten them a little bit. So notice how I just laid them on here, right? So they're like loose cherries laying on a pie crust. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of drywall scrap, lay it on here, and smack it once. Ooh, that was dusty. Now loosen it up. There we go. And I love the effect it gives. It filled all of those spaces in. It's kind of organic. It's not 100% straight lines, but you've got all these little lines and creases where the glaze will pile up and give a slight variation of color. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a little star. There's a couple of different ways you can make a star. And the method that I used to make this one was I took a bead of clay, rolled it around in my hands, flattened it just slightly, and then I just pinch and turn, pinch, 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 and then again pinch. And as long as you pinch 5 sections of it, just kind of manipulate it to make sure they're kind of even. It's not 100%, but it's cute. That gives you a little star. So I will scratch and wet that to the top. Cute, right? So if you wanted, it could just hang from a tree by putting a hole up in the middle here. But I like a tree not to hang in a tree as an ornament. I like it to stand up on its own. So I'm going to take another section of clay and make it blunt enough, fat enough as a little pedestal. I'm kind of just making it flat on all sides as kind of as a trunk, but I want it fat enough that it's going to be a sturdy enough base. I'll scratch and wet that, and scratch and wet the bottom. And press that on. There, isn't that cute? And then too, I've relied a lot on using alphabet noodles to write things and, commemorate by using them to say different things or to just put the dates on alphabet noodles are so handy because you're not having to carve letters. So I have Joy for joy. And I'm going to press that down in the bottom. You could also put the year. And those noodles will fire out in the kiln. But if you were using an air dry clay, you could press them in and then pop them back out. And I love how this just stands up on its own, and it would be a nice little decoration for a desk. Thank you so much for watching.